In the heart of 12th century England, a time when superstitions cast long shadows and the unknown was truly mysterious, our story begins in a quaint, rural village nestled in Suffolk, Woolpit. Picture this, a village untouched by the modern world, where the daily rhythms revolved around the fields and hearth fires, and where tales of the supernatural held sway. Now, it's within this backdrop of medieval England, where life was simple yet filled with folklore and legends, that our captivating story unfolds. But this tale isn't about knights or kings, it's about an inexplicable phenomenon that rocked the very foundations of Woolpit, the arrival of the Green Children. What struck them as odd, you ask? Well, these children weren't like anyone they had ever seen before. The villagers were astounded by the children's appearance. Their skin was a startling shade of green, as if they hailed from some otherworldly realm. And their clothing? It was unlike anything seen in Woolpit. It was as strange and unfamiliar as the children themselves. Now, imagine being one of those villagers. You'd probably be wondering who these children were, where they came from, and how on earth they ended up in Woolpit. But that's just the beginning of this incredible mystery. Communication with the children posed a significant hurdle. They spoke in an unknown language that no one in the village could understand. These two young souls seemed like they were from a world apart. To make things even stranger, their diet consisted solely of green beans, refusing any other sustenance. But here's the kicker, these children had a strong aversion to sunlight. They preferred the cover of darkness and twilight, leading to further speculation about their origin. The villagers were left bewildered and intrigued, and as the days turned into weeks, the children's story only became more perplexing. As time went on, the Green Children gradually assimilated into village life. They adapted to the villagers' food and clothing and began to lose their distinctive green hue. It was as though the passage of time was healing whatever had caused their unusual appearance. The villagers cared for the children as their own, and the boy and girl, once isolated and enigmatic, became part of the tight-knit Woolpit community. But what could possibly explain their strange arrival and transformation? This is where the theories and speculations begin to unravel. Now, you might be wondering, just as historians and scholars have for centuries, where did these children come from? Why were they green, and how did they find their way to Woolpit? Theories abound, and they range from the plausible to the downright fantastical. Some believe the children were refugees from another world or dimension, accidentally transported to our realm. Others suggest they were from a hidden underground civilization. And then there's the theory that they might have been Flemish immigrants, although this one raises as many questions as it answers. The Green Children's true origin remains a conundrum, one that continues to spark debate and ignite imaginations. To further deepen the intrigue, historical records and accounts from that time shed light on the mystery. These records mention the Green Children, providing us with glimpses into their story and the reactions of the villagers. But as with any ancient tale, the reliability and credibility of these sources are subjects of scrutiny. There are even differing accounts of what eventually happened to the Green Children. Some say they thrived and lived normal lives, while others suggest they eventually withered away and vanished, as mysteriously as they arrived. Regardless of the variations, one thing is clear, the story of the Green Children of Woolpit endures as an enigma that continues to captivate and mystify. I'll leave you with this tantalizing thought, could the children from Woolpit have been travelers from another dimension, lost in time? It's a question that lingers in the annals of history, waiting for someone to unlock its secrets. Until next time, keep your curiosity alive.